Hi, welcome to the Hosebag Report. This is episode 2 of the Hosebag Report. I'm your host, Resident Hosebag. I've got the hose, I've got the bag. Hosebag. Well, episode 1 was pretty successful. We came up with a new bag. Expose the hose, and I just heard the sound, so I guess it's time to expose the hose. Well, the next hose bag is Hollywood. Hollywood's a hose bag today. And the next hose bag is Sandu. Sandu, that Canadian skater who falls all the time. And aren't we just tired of him? Or is he gone? How about jeez, who's been hosing out lately? Hose. Well, I'm gonna have to say bus drivers and security guards especially. I like to maybe we could have a moment for the hose of the week, or at least the hose of this show. Security guards, they do their job. Their job is to sit there and watch, and they have no authority to do anything. You are a hose bag. Through and through and through and through and through. Another hose bag on the report. Oprah Winfrey. She's just a high level hose bag. Her hose bagness. She's gone to new levels and old levels, and they coagulate in a very undistilled, bubbling ooze. Primordial. Another hose bag would be the owners of little dogs. That's a generalization hose bag, which is exposing a whole line of hose. For instance, yap. I mean, you in your other country you would eat that dog, but here you'll pet it. Buzzsaw. I learned from a great show called The Clyde and Neil Show that you don't have to fill every G-damn second with audio. But I will be honest with you. And I will call myself a hose bag on this show. And I believe I may have been on the last show, wasn't I? So, the reason I'm a hose bag on this show, and another reason, apart from the first reason I was a hose bag on the first show, the reason I'm a hose bag is because this show is raw. This is not produced. I'm not going to lie to you. That proves it. That kind of thing doesn't happen on a real show, on a real produced show with a budget. But then again, neither does this. And that's very hose bag. You gotta be honest with me. How can you look at me and not realize the report is what it is? Sorry, I got off topic there. Let's go back to another hose bag, the Queen of England. She's a very hosed out bag. Those kids are hose bags too. Those damn kids of hers, or of her. Diana's kids. Diana. Dirty Diana. Michael Jackson. He's no hose bag. He's a hose bag, though. I'm sure Seahorse would disagree. But I think Papanello would put the hose in its place. And here we are at the current section of the show I like to call the 318-second portion. You'll look at your dial and see what that coagulated to minute. A lot of people have been not writing in about how my eyes look really neat in the lenses. Oh, I feel a bout of hose bag coming on here. And our last hose bag of the day is the Taliban. They're right up there with Oprah. And as I explained on the first show, the great thing about this show is that usually you report something and you have to have the facts to back it up, or the reason that you give for that conclusion. This show is a hose bag show. For instance, on this show, I will just tell you now that Mom Akmuhak Masadr is a hose bag. Okay. I'd say in general the Sunnis are hose bags. Kurds are hose bags. And the Americans, very hose bag lately. And in the future, if you've watched the show to this point, you are not a hose bag. Congratulations. If you haven't watched the show this far, then you're a hose bag, and you do know it even though you didn't watch the show, because you go to bed at night and look at the roof or the ceiling, depending on where you're sleeping, and you know you are a hose bag.